All right. What's good? It is day 19 of Apex April, man. And today we're going to talk about a topic which is phenomenal. It is one of the topics that I love speaking about. So let's get right into it. Let's tap in. Everybody take a deep breath. Hold it at the top of your head and let it out through your mouth. Let's ground ourselves, let's center ourselves, and let's begin. Okay. So this is going to be a very, very important topic, especially if you have never come across this kind of topic before, okay? Because what tends to happen is that a lot of times in personal development, what you call personal development, okay? Sounds like real estate to me, okay? I got stuck in this trap. I got stuck in this trap of personal development, developing myself personally, rather than what? Spiritual evolution. Okay. This word was way better for me because I started to understand that I have a spiritual life and a journey, and I'm evolving through that journey, right? I'm getting better. I'm learning new things. I'm learning to relate. A lot of us, we haven't been taught how to relate to others. That's partly the problem. A lot of you come from divorced parents or weird systems of how you grew up watching your parents fight, and that imprint is stuck in you. You feel angry. You feel like lashing out. You feel reactive. Or maybe your partner does. Okay. But this all starts with the internal work. And this is what I'm here to speak to you guys about because this is what I've understood and has helped me ultimately with my own attraction, with how I'm leading my life, with how I magnetize certain people or share certain values on this channel. Okay. So it all comes down to this magnetism. So personal development, I mean, again, you can't really measure this. I personally like to muscle test with my spiritual evolution. Okay. So polarity. Okay. Two poles. Understand. One is a masculine, one is a feminine. And they're coming together. So the feminine is like an energy. So just imagine this being energy. Okay. The masculine is a containment, is a groundedness. Okay. Is a presence. So a powerful relationship wouldn't be that she's trapped here, right? It's not that she feels trapped in this, it's that she feels safe in this dynamic. A lot of the times, if women go through a lot of struggles and traumas, they become more masculine. Why? Because when you go through struggle in life, when you challenge yourself in life, you become more masculine. Okay. So understand this. Okay. Maybe you cannot hold this energy right now. Your polarity is too, you see, you're just merging with her now at this point. Can't even tell that there's any safety in this dynamic. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a giant spaciousness as a man, more depth, let's say, with more depth and more presence, what can you do? You can hold this Shakti energy a little bit more. She feels more room to breathe in this dynamic. She's not feeling claustrophobic anymore. Okay. So it's a yoga. It's a yoga to shed the shape of the masculine doing, which is this. It's to shed this shape at times. If you're doing feminine work as a man, you've got to shed this shape and start emanating and radiating at this frequency, which is the feminine, which is the ability to move through the realms. So a woman can be very dark and slutty at the same time, very angelic and devotional, right? At the same damn time. Why? Because it's the energy of the feminine. It's all things, it is that tsunami, that chaos, right? Of all these different things at once. And as a man, if you can become the shapeshifter, if you can become the skin walker, if you can become the one who empathizes, who understands what's going on, okay? If you can hold a powerful container, and if you understand that myself as a man, I have an ability to, okay? I have the ability to shapeshift. I have the ability to move through the realms, the different feminine realms as a man. Because one day she could be very upset, and the next moment I give her ice cream and she's on top of the world, right? She was just hangry. So this is the energy that I really want you to understand. Maybe some of you have observed this in relationships, okay? That this dynamic seems off somehow. So now it's almost like, how would I explain it? The woman who is naturally in this free flow is slowly starting to take on a masculine container, either for her work or getting things done, or getting by in this physical world. We are moving from a Piscean age, which is more so associated with so the Piscean age is associated with the masculine understanding right now, and the Aquarian age is going to be associated with a more feminine energy or matriarchy. So patriarchy and then matriarchy. Then there's going to be a combination of both that comes out of it. Right now in culture, if you're watching this video, you have to understand that the solution really is Tantra, okay? We need to stop seeing other beings as possessions. You're relating with them, my friends, okay? It's not a possession where you control somebody's sexual pleasure outside of the relationship with us, okay? Pleasure and sex are your God-given right. And if the whole world was having really good sex, imagine, would there be wars? Would there be famine? Would there be different things, right, going on? If there was a healthy balance and dynamic between male and female, right, I don't think there would be any wars or jealousy or animosity or greed or financially not moving towards abundance, right? Right now we're moving towards a golden age. But if you're still stuck in good guy and good girl conditioning, that's not going to happen, is it? You see? That's why women are starting OnlyFans and they're becoming more sexually abundant, because the power is located in their sexuality. So this is why women can have multiple orgasms every day. They can get that divine intuition straight from source and become the powerful divine feminine goddess that they were meant to be. And as a man, you're supposed to also explore your multi-orgasmic nature, okay? This is why good tantric sex helps you take control of your future, okay? Because you're rewiring the subconscious mind, and this is what the elite knows. The elite knows how to program you since birth, from very young, okay? They're giving you all of these different vaccines, all of these different traumas, right? I was born from a C-section birth, so cutting up the tummy, right? All this trauma we were born into the world with. Think about it. You're given all of this, Why do they hit the kid, right? So they cry in the beginning, okay? You come into the world crying, completely helpless, right? Feeling lost. So I want you to really start to understand this. With polarity work, you're going to change and take back your actual authentic power, not what society has made you. You see, men have been exploring how to feel. Most men have shut down their feelings, and now they used to do that to hunt and kill. Nowadays, we have provisions and means for that in supermarkets and so forth, right? And so men are now connecting to their feelings again. And maybe they've been to Burning Man and they have this whole hippie aspect to themselves, right? This soft aspect to themselves, which we're not saying is unhealthy, but to stay there as a man, you get scattered. All I am is dust in the wind. Okay, that's how you start to feel. You start to feel like, man, I'm completely free. It's like you have to remain partly mechanical and robotic, right? As a man, have some form of structure, not zero structure, because I did it with zero structure back in the day, and that was awful, man. Okay? So if you're uncertain as a man, there's something called evocation, right? In magic, we evoke different spirits, but understand you're also evoking a specific kind of energy in this relationship with this other person. So you're getting them to feel what you feel. So let's say you're coming back from work super tense, right? You had some argument with your boss. You weren't feeling good in your body physically. You felt off, right? Just lopsided with your energy. It's like all your muscles are aching from the gym yesterday, right? And you're just like, fuck this, right? You're in that energy. Now you're coming home. Wife is in a totally different mood. She's making cupcakes or something, right? Hey, babe, you want to try one of these? And she like just puts it in your face, and you're like, no. Right? You have that frustration immediately kick up, and it's not even her fault, right? You know it's because of the way that you've been treating you. But you've got to now manage that energy within. You got to understand that. You got to access your love. You got to access your heart in that moment. You got to remain your heart open and full and keep giving your gift, even if the world shows you adversity, resistance, animosity, challenges. That's that spirit of the man. You see, this is what Primal Sutra understands, is going back to our fundamental essences. So the cosmos has this yin-yang balance, okay? Which is really what we're preaching. But it's not this idea of balance per se that's a compromise. It's more so complementary, okay? So this one requires this other one. There's a dependence, there's an interdependence between both of these energies, correct? And you control your own polarity dynamic internally as a man. So if you want to go 60-40 one day, you can, right? 60% masculine, 40% feminine. If you want to go 70-30, okay, you can do that. You can have this ability to weave with it, but you do have a dominant energy. Maybe you're just more feminine as a guy, and that's completely, I would say it's okay if you are thriving like that. If you are not thriving like that and you feel like something is off with that, that's where the problems start. Because think about it. Is it really karma if there's no guilt attached to you? If there's no like feeling of shame or the sense of like, I need to change something or I need to do something different, right? You don't have that impetus to say that, okay, I need to do something differently or change my approach. So you're stuck in it doing the same thing, right? But the cosmos is this emptiness and this fullness at the same time. Got to understand, this is a world of paradox, okay? This world that we're living in is full of paradox. I had a song like this, real big, big ego, but I'm so humble. I act broke, but my money long. I save money by spending money. I'm still right even when I'm wrong. Okay? I hear you talking, I ain't listening. I'm the yang and still the yin. A crazy man, homo sapien, who's an alien but still fitting in. I'm real good, but I'm bad. Insomniac, but a dreamer. Ain't afraid to break the law, because everything I do is legal, yeah. Real chill, but I'm hyper, About peace, but a fighter, Too legit, I'm fire mixed with, water mixed with fire, I'll wait. Okay, I forget the lyrics, but anyway, check out Paradox Scripts, SKRIPTZ. You'll find the music video. This is when I was very young, so yeah, I'll be looking completely different. But yeah, see who you really are. You know, this feeling of I can be me. I am unapologetically myself. Okay, see if you can tap into this energy, because really attraction is an inside job, and the more you realize that your groundedness, your breath, all of these spiritual practices are actually going to help you rather than what, oh, looking really good that day. Okay, as a man you're going completely metrosexual to try to, you know, cover something up, not working on one aspect but working on its superficiality, right? And this is what social media does to us. We focus attraction primarily on superficiality reasons, right? And again, in the beginnings, I would understand that this is not a great dynamic to relate to each other. But if you have this burner of attraction, right? If you have, like, let's say, this kind of man fire energy and female water energy, guess what? There's going to be smoke, right? there's going to be smoke as a byproduct, this ether, this evocation happening together, right? With both of these different elements mixing, there is a Taoism and a Stoicism that revolve around each other, right? So it's like you're the sun with its own gravitational pull and you're reflecting against her, and she's the moon giving it back to you. And sometimes the sun and the moon are arguing, okay? So it's like, babe, it's my time to go up and shine. It's like, and she's not getting any of the attention in that moment, that validation, right? The moon is just in the background. Now, when the sun is down, the moon is up. So don't you think this dynamic or this balance of these two energies working together, you understand it. One is more inwards, one is more feminine, the moon, and one is more vibrant and active, the sun. And once you get this dynamic, you will really set yourself free, man, because it's not no more about gender. You understand the law of gender, which is in the Hermetic principles, right? It's no more like, I now identify as my friend was saying this. Everything you see on the internet is a lie. I now identify as a 5'2" Vietnamese woman. Okay. So that's really who I am. And who you see as Uncle Makara is not really him, But anyway, in this world of weirdness and deep fakes and all that, how do you make your arc get stronger in your journey, right? How do you make your hero's arc or villain's arc or whatever you want to call that thing, right? That journey back towards the self. It's really a spiral towards the self, right? This is why we call it the upward spiral gang, which actually reminds me of my old, let's just say, school of thought, which is called Shellism. And this is where Shellism, the idea came from, is going back inwards and towards, like a lot of men, they put on a shell, right? So Shellism was this idea that we have to break out of the shell. The shell is this idea of society, the box of your thinking, right? The logic, whatever it is, that's the container of safety, but understanding that you also need to think outside the box in order to what? Transcend. Okay. So this idea was very, very powerful. And right now, if you guys have ever heard of Quantum K, type in Quantum K audio into YouTube. Listen to this. Okay. I'm telling you, this is going to absolutely heal you. Okay. This is what I do when to be honest, when I have sex, because I don't want to pull in other people's traumas and energies, because I know that that's sacred energy exchange. Our fluids are exchanging, but also our sexual nature is exchanging, but also the ideas, thoughts, imprints, emotions, endorphins, all that stuff is there. So I like to listen to Quantum K so I don't pull other people's energies. Even if I go into an environment, right, there's a lot of people, I will listen to Quantum K. Why? Because I keep my spiritual container and essence and energy very clean and purified, right? But purification was a process that came much later. Understanding that, what do we really need to purify from is that sin. So we're missing the mark. We need to come back to what was our main focus again. Okay. So type in Quantum K audio. And the real key here is, guys, anybody can listen to this audio and get results, but Primal Sutra has a very specific way for you to get results with this. And this is what I'm going to share. And if you get good results from this, please write it into the comments. Okay. Let me know your experience with this, because I'm really fascinated with how energy healing and energy work can actually change someone's resonance and harmonics to then change their life. Okay. A lot of people might just report, oh, I just felt light. I let go of something heavy, blah, 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 right? I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the vast downloads you might have gotten the next week based on you doing this. Okay, because now your energetic container can actually, you can have a clear communication line with source. You see? You have a clear communication line with that source with it. And that's what's powerful right now. Okay? So Quantum K audio, this is the little tweak, guys. You do it with the visual of the golden spiral. What is the golden spiral? A lot of you guys, you can just look up this idea, okay? The golden spiral, the golden ratio, some people call it, okay? Imagine in your mind that there's this golden spiral and it's continuing from this geometry as you're listening. Now, this might be a very internal thing that's happening for me, at least in my psyche, because I used to hate mathematics, but later on in life, I started to love sacred geometry and basically the invisible side of mathematics, right? The unknown side, like the side that nobody looks at, like infinity and all these grand concepts. So that's what fascinated me about math way more than just the basic mundane, oh, multiplication tables or whatever. Like that didn't fascinate me, but what fascinated me was about this geometry, this symmetry, this understanding of beauty, right? And this golden spiral, how we can see it through all of nature, right? It's so powerful. So evoke the energy of the golden spiral as you're listening to Quantum K. This is like a life hack that I'm telling you is going to make you lift off to the moon and come back with a fresh pair of eyes and a jetpack and some kind of a tsunami ripple effect at the bottom of your feet, right? That creates like water wherever you go. Okay, helps you, hey, sink or swim, drip or drown. Okay, let's go. And understand it is this polarity switch that we have to make at times. So imagine like, okay, I'm in this polarity and the girl that I'm seeing or dating is in this polarity as well, right? What is this? Some kind of a gender neutral reunion? Like, bro, she's gonna, of course, treat me like a friend. Why? Because it's not man to woman. There's no dynamic here. There's no spark here. There's no chemistry. There's no drama, right? There's not even any conflict. Like, even if there was a conflict between you guys, there could still be some attraction. Why? Because there's an emotional spike on the other side of that, right? She wants a conclusion to the movie, okay? You might be a master manipulator too. You might be love bombing to keep her in that trap. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you use too many of these like, you know, dark triad Machiavellian manipulation tactics. Because why? Because again, if you get them like that, they're not falling in love with your soul, my friends. Get what I mean? So if you can get a woman to see who you really are in your day to day, like, yo, I just do average stuff at times. I drink coffee. I'm not like, bodhisattva 24/7, bro. Right? I'm not meditating all day, even though I have done that a couple of times. Let's not go against that. But it's not the superficiality of like, uh, to be a spiritual baddie, I need to have the perfect hip waist ratio. Okay? Or as a man, you're like, you know what? I want to be a monk, but I just have to have the abs looking perfect, looking pristine before I do that. And the people saying dad bod, that's weird too, bro. Like you should aim for something. Like this just yo, go to any beach, right? You'll see dad bods all around. But where are all the women around it, bro? The hell are you talking about? Okay. So anyway, everybody has a specific kink or a type or a weird fetish, bro. We're not going to focus on that here, man. We have to understand there's a male female polarity happening, right? There's a masculine feminine, let's call it that, because it's more energetic than any gender wise, right? So you as a man, you hold more masculine energy. You're going to come in maybe with a different energy, right? So the masculine energy is quite direct. So these guys who are using pickup arts is kind of coming in, you know, below the surface. And it's kind of like, but in a social dynamic sense, you don't want to go too direct right away either, right? So you have to have this quality of like, I can be direct, but I can also go this way, right? It's like, hey, the way you wore that, you can be cute, maybe, right? It's like, it's not a full compliment, right? And her, she's used to receiving like 1,000 different compliments each day, okay? On social media, that tends to happen, my guy, okay? So you're coming in with another generic compliment. So beautiful, so elegant, looking like a vow, right? And then she's going like, whoa, what the? I've gotten thousands of those in my, comment section. Let me just blow past him, right? I'm a high value woman. What the hell am I doing wasting time with you? I don't want no scrubs. Scrubs gotta get right. All the programming, all the music in her head that tells her like don't date a bozo, like don't date a guy who's broke, right? Don't date a guy who. She has all of this programming. She's going against. So you're going against the anima energy. She's going against the animus energy, not going against like fighting it, but she's interacting with that. So when she's interacting with you, she's interacting with all men, technically, in her mind. And when you're interacting with her, you're technically speaking to all women in your mind. Okay? So this is your generic ideas based on it, or they can be very subconscious too. Like, let's say a teacher punished you when you were a kid. This is something that happened to me. A teacher hit me with a ruler, bro, right? When I questioned the inside or outside color of an apple, right? And in Indian society, that just be the norm. Like you just hit the kids, right? But for me, I didn't take a stand for that. Like I realized how that affected me later on in my life. It was a trauma because the first trauma in my life was what? A woman, a female teacher. And my idea was that females can hurt me. Do you guys get that? How toxic and riddled with stress that is, that topic, right? So I had to do this kind of, yoga with it. I had to understand how to weave myself out of that dynamic, forgive that teacher, right? Because she was lost, probably. She had a weird connection with her anima or animus, right? And it's like, if you just have this neutral kind of blah boring personality, there's no spark, there's no evocation of energy or emotion, is what I'm trying to teach you guys. Okay? So David Data, he said in the book, The Way of the Superior Man. If you haven't read this book, by the way, bro, hey, every man, take a look. Read this book. Okay? A man's presence of awareness is his most valuable asset. Not how much he makes in the bank, okay? That can matter. That could matter. And it probably does. To some extent, looks and money do matter. Okay, I'm not denying that reality completely. But nowadays, we have all these people with very, very just extreme views, on women. It's like, oh, body count, all this, all that, right? Bro, what happened to genuine interactions with two people, right? So you don't want to be just two friends rubbing genitals in bed. Like, that's just an awkward thing, right? You kind of cringe, bro, like inside. If you're thinking about doing that with a female friend, bro, no, there's a spark there. You can't already friend zone yourself in your head, bro, even before you've had this conversation, right? But now, what if I'm a man holding masculine frame, masculine energy? I'm grounded. I'm fully, my breath is visible and full. I'm feeling myself, I've just lifted that day or whatever. I've accomplished a lot of goals. I've sent those emails. I've done those sessions, right? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling vibrant. I'm going to come in with an energy and she's going to be like a magnet towards that energy. Why? Because I'm on my shit. I'm on my purpose. I'm on my dharma, right? I'm aiming for something. And as I'm aiming for something, she feels that energy and she gets pulled in the directionality of this energy. You guys get that? And now, okay, we're both flying the same direction or whatever. Okay? Now, we're both parallel. It's like birds flying in the sky. Birds flying high. Okay? You know how I feel. So you're both going in the same direction now, but you're leading. Okay? You're slightly leading. Slightly leading. You know what I learned, which was so awkward? Like, I used to not know anything about relationships. Before you have a relationship, you don't really know anything, right, about it. As I started to explore it, I understood how much it would turn off my girlfriend at the time when I used to walk behind her, right? Some of you guys have experienced this too. It's like you just want to take it chill, But why is she subconsciously turned off by that, right? Why is she subconsciously turned off by that? You're not being a leader. It's like the dynamic is off and she senses it too, right? It's like, how are you going to protect her? Sometimes you need to be behind her in order to protect her. But that's what you have to be looking at. You are the guardian. You are the safety. You're not the white knight, though. You know what I mean? You gotta save. Yeah, she wants to be saved, right? Like the opposite of a J. Cole, right? Imagine. Gotta save her. Yeah, she wants to be saved. I'll save her. Yeah, she wants to be saved. I'll save her. Okay? Now the fixer coach guy comes in. Hey, baby, I can make you the top of the world. You know, I can make you feel like, hey, you got nothing. You got nothing but me. I'm the prize, baby. Come on now. Let's do this thing, okay? Whatever. Okay, and you really understand this dynamic, guys. Okay, so let's say she's just having a drink here by her friends. You know, you are just an outside stock character to her at this moment. There's nothing interesting happening. But let's say you brush past her. Oops. Oh, hi. How's it going? Okay, now don't bombard her with questions right here. What are you doing? What's your name? Where do you work? Why do I care? What's going on? Okay, don't bombard her with questions right here. You can make little comments, speculations, you know, little observations, little genuine compliments that flow out. Don't force it. Don't force anything. Create this space that I am a man speaking to a woman right now. I know you're used to boys, okay? I know you're used to talking to a lot of boys, but this is not the same interaction. This is a polarity interaction. I'm here, boom. I'm grounded, I'm here present right now. I'm unapologetically myself. And I create my own energy. If that energy is a light and positive, bubbly masculine energy, or if it's a kind of brutish, like you know, Edward Cullen type energy, it doesn't matter right now. It's all based on my character. And your role of your character, you've got to be the tribal leader of your tribe. So if you're like into rock or whatever, you got to have the greatest rock band in the world, man. It don't even matter. In your mind, it is. Okay? Now, don't fool yourself and don't try to delude yourself into thinking I have to lie and cheat and manipulate in order to get her, because that's not going to work as a dynamic either. She's going to sense through that BS. She's an oracle, divine feminine. Bro, she's going to smell through that unless she's like gullible or whatever. Or she hasn't been really taught how to socialize. Um, you got to really understand. And as a woman, if you're watching this, you know, you got to have that Shakti radiance, girl. You got to walk in like you not like you own the place, but it's almost like how would I describe this energy? Hmm. It's a radiance. Okay, that's the best way that I could describe it. As a woman, you're just focusing on glowing up, glowing up. Okay, glowing up, not superficially glowing up. It's the internal work that makes you glow up as well. Okay, the makeup may be a part of it. It's like a guy working on his muscles at the gym or whatever. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of attractive. But that's just the shell. That's just the shellism, right? We've got to go beyond the shell. We got to track you out of that code. We have to get you into this new code. You guys get what I mean? So to evoke the energy that is appropriate to the moment. So let's say you're feeling like you're on top of the world, man. Okay. Now she feels safe next to you. Okay, let's go get a drink now. Blah blah blah. But you're like, yo, but aren't you gonna appreciate me? You know, you have this weird validation trip, like you're trying to seek it from her rather than what? Feeling internally validated, knowing you're the man, knowing you're the shit. Bro, you're so money you don't even know it, right? You were so money that you don't even know it. You're lost. You forgot to remind yourself why you're the shit, why you're the man, why you're a god in training, bro. Right? And society has been siphoning that out of you, that chi, that prana, of that masculine primal energy, that caveman essence of, you see, I want to take her without her consent and without heart is abuse. I want to take her and she feels my heart in depth, and she has a trust and a receptivity, and there's a rapport and a comfort going on between us, and we have maintained this friendship, but I'm slowly throwing fire into the friendship, so there's a spark of passion. Now, of course, she wants to be taken. Okay? Now I can really establish, like, if there's sense of dominance, like, softly just place a hand over her neck, not to choke her. This is not domestic violence, guys, right? It's just a placing of the hand there, right? It's very gentle. Okay, you got to understand it's animalistic, but it's gentle. So you have this little bit of gentleness there underneath the surface, right? You have this powerful dominance, but then underneath there's a fun, there's a curiosity, there's a playfulness, because you have to enter her world through play. You cannot enter it through logic, bro. If you're entering it through the step by step in this way that I have to plan along like this, and maybe she's a planner too, and she's very grown up in a masculine kind of planning environment. Maybe your father was like, very strict or disciplined, right? So blah blah blah, and now she's wearing the pants, and she's like a drill sergeant, like bringing you around. What is this? Is this a mommy and son relationship, or is this a man to woman? Is this a friend to friend relationship, or is it a man to woman? Okay. Is this a brother sister, which can work actually as a way, but you don't want to stay there the whole entire time? Or is it man to woman, right? What do I mean by brother sister? I mean, in that dynamic, you would like joke with her, tease her, and not get so attached to how good she looks or put her up on a pedestal or something like this, right? You're just being real. What's up, right? I know this is all an illusion anyway. I might as well enjoy this illusion. Let's go. You want to join my illusion too? Right? This is why I've stopped looking at the world, guys, as a simulation. Okay? I used to say simulation theory this, simulation theory that a lot. But again, I know this idea, and it's an idea that the AI actually wants, is that this is all fake. And this is all fake is not real, man. It's not from the heart. It's not from the heart center. But what if you saw this simulation as a deity, as something living, as something breathing? Your spiritual journey and polarity journey would change, right? It would absolutely transform. Every one of us is experiencing a different journey in this plane. Absolutely, Bendy Oceans. Great username. Okay. Completely different, right? And so this is why we have to be very conscious about what we're creating in this world. We can't let this thing just run on autopilot, because who knows where it'll bring us, right? You're stopping your own dreams and you're signing on to the dreams of somebody else. Okay? And if you're just like Zen, I'm just here to chill, man, then okay, do that. This is not for you then. But if this sparks a state of divinity, a flow state of action within you, and you understand that, yes, Mother Gaia, this world is a deity. I'm interacting with an actual giant being, and I'm a tiny little thing in this giant being. And so, of course, I'm going to have gratitude and devotion towards this journey. Of course, as a man, I'm going to give my gift to this world and overwhelm people with my gift, because why? Why not? I only get one in this lifetime, at least, right? Who knows, in my past lives, maybe I've given lots of gifts, but I'm not here to focus on that. And by gift, I don't mean like a, Amazon package that you buy for yourself, bro. I mean your purpose, your passion, what you're here to uniquely do, right? And so if you haven't found that out, she's going to get confused too. She's like, who am I around? She's walking around with a question mark in her head. Who is my man really? He's saying all these things, but then he's doing something different, right? And so this is where we lack integrity with each other. Why? To do this little ego dance, right? This little shadow dance with each other. Like, I'm cool and I'm cool too, and I'm a spiritual baddie, and it's this power play, bro. But what if we knew that our power was internal to us and not something we're just constantly seeking, right? Most men feel like an ATM. And most women just feel like a piece of flesh. Okay? Like he just wants to use me for my body. Yeah. Oh, she just wants my money. Yeah, she does. But that's not the only thing. This is overgeneralization, right? But this is what's happening slowly to society. We start to overgeneralize everything, right? We create even more of a polarity. We create even more distance between the genders. How about that? How about that, right? Now there's a weird space in between. No integrity here. I'm sorry, I'm taking that away, right? This man is going from point A to point B. Oh, I see a beautiful woman. I'm going to say hi and approach because I know I deserve to. And she's just like any other woman and blah, blah. You know, it's just pure. It's boom. For this other guy, he gets in his head. He goes, maybe I'll stand in the corner right here to impress her. No, I'll go over here. I don't know. Yeah. By the time he's here, he's just like, nah, I'm not going to do it. You see what I'm saying? The difference? Like, the savage shaman, is, as he's using a lighter, he's just going, it works in the first time he does it. The weakling wizard or whatever is going, does this lighter work? And he keeps doing it, right? You're like, dude, come on. Why are you fumbling with the basics? Right? And that's what you have to get towards, this sharpness. So if you start your day sharp, imagine with a little bit of movement, a little bit of meditation, nothing too intense, but just to get you in the right frame of mind. The right frame of mind where you feel like the king or the queen of your day. How are we going to create royalty? Okay, at least she lost her arms and legs now. Okay. How are we going to create royalty if she's coming from like a ratchet peasant consciousness and she's like, hey there, big boy, or whatever, right? You're just like, yeah, I'm going to pass. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Sigma music starts playing in the background or whatever. Like every single meme, bro, is about, wait, is this guy doing a handstand? Is this Yogi Chris? Is it, yay, bro. Straight up. Is this Zay doing a breakdance? Right? Straight up. Some of you get that. Some of you don't get that joke. But this is what the world makes us feel like. It's upside down, right? Everything is upside down. If I gave you any logic or rules today to follow, it's just like do everything the opposite of what the world tells you, right? And you're gonna win. It's like weird, dude. It's really weird. We're so backwards in this society. Hold my hand, baby. Right now, we're gonna explore my world. So get dressed by 6, wear something cute, and make sure you leave the purse at home, baby. I'm gonna pay. Let's go. Boom. Okay, now you're on a cosmic adventure. Now you're on a cosmic adventure. Okay. However, what if she's like, wait, she's dragging him by the hand. Hey, babe, let's go see Sephora. Let's go see this place. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Okay. Does this feel right to you? Hey, sometimes. Sometimes you let her be young, right? But not all the time. What are you talking about? Okay. This is where the dad frame comes in, where you're going, hey, you got to understand, I'm replacing your dad. I got to have some level of discipline or sustenance or some level of, direction in life. And either you follow my direction or you feel like it's not for you. Okay? But it's not this ultimatum. You see, a lot of men gave ultimatums. It's my way or the highway. Okay? That's coming from hurt. That's not setting a healthy boundary. But don't wear clothes like that when you're going out. I don't like that. Right? It makes me feel insecure or whatever. That's fine. You can say that. Right? But the fact that you're making it a big deal, or you're pretending it's not a big deal and really it is, or it's like this weird animosity that you're creating, that's the real issue. You see? You have this covert contract that she's not supposed to do that, but you're allowing her to do it anyway. You're going against your principles and ethics, and it's creating this weird confusion in her mind. Like, why is he so mad at me? Like, why did his energy change? You know? That's what she's thinking, by the way, not him. Okay? She's going, huh? She's trying to put you into a box. I know you cannot be categorized like that, my man. I know you cannot. And same as a woman, you're like, he can't put me in a box, right? I am so unique that he's never met someone like me. But that's confusing. You see, in a dating scenario, we got to give each other little clues so they can latch on and actually understand that there's a reality formation that can happen with both of us. So there's got to be a dynamic of that somehow. Okay? Now, a man who is scared to pursue or to make the first move or to do these things or to lead is not really going to create that polarity. Why? Because he's being so agreeable with everything. You have to be a disagreeable giver. That's the energy. Okay? I'm not an agreeable taker. You guys get that? Give me a thumbs up if you guys get that. That's a very deep concept, by the way, what I just shared. You're a disagreeable giver. Okay? Think about Steve Jobs. Complete bastard. Asshole, right? He got the job done. Okay? Not saying he's the perfect example for relationships. No way. Okay? But just think about it, right? He gives so much. He gave his gift to the world. But he's also disagreeable about certain things. I won't have it like this, ABC. Right? I have my rules. I have my principles. So you, without any rules, free for all, roaming in this video game, you're going to become an NPC, bro. You got to have some rules, some principles, some values you live by, some discipline that you're abiding by, right? Something that creates your foundation. Without a foundation, okay, that song. You're becoming a scum, right? A disgusting individual in your own eyes and in her eyes. Okay? But now, what if I were to tap into my divine masculine essence and understand that she has that quality within her? So if I'm at my best, I'm glowing up, I'm actually going to magnetize her beside me in those moments. When I'm what? When I'm finding my direction, when I'm crushing it, when I'm doing my job, when I'm feeling productive, I feel happy, man. I'm with all my bros. I'm feeling strong, bro. All of these things, right? They matter, but they're invisible feelings. They're evocations, right? So what am I evoking today as a man? What am I evoking today as a woman? Keep that in mind, because if you're evoking procrastination, if you're evoking laziness, if you're evoking confusion, if you're evoking sadness and anxiety, you might not be doing this the most optimal way. But what if you were evoking courage, evoking respect, evoking love, evoking truth, evoking beauty? That creates a different dynamic where you both, guess what? You're going to reprogram each other through some freaky, sexy, tantric sex. And it's going to be a great relationship. Okay? It's not going to be this weird hunky-dory, you know? Like monkey see, monkey do, like this dancing act, right? This kind of like pretending to be cool of each other, right? Like, I'm trying to present myself in the best way, and you're trying to present yourself in the best way, you know? Oh, yeah, I used to work with Steve Jobs all the time. You know, this guy's lying, dude. What? She's like, okay, I guess so. That's kind of cool. Status, kind of hot, I guess, right? But now he goes, blah, 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 right next week. They maybe sleep together next week, 2 weeks after. Nothing goes down. Why? He started the interaction off already on a lie. How is that going to be a good interaction with that person? You guys get that? He started his relationship off not being truthful. That's not the masculine energy. Truth is the masculine energy. The ability to say the truth. Not to hurt others, but that's what the tough love means. You see, let me just say it like this, bro. You have Dan Pena on one side. right? Yelling at people. You're a loser, you're fucking weenie, right? Or whatever. On the other side, you have Eckhart Tolle praising so much love, right? Or Sadhguru or someone, I don't know. Not Sadhguru. I would say Maharishi Mahesh Yogi or something, right? From Transcendental Meditation. He's always like smiling and blissful, right? Tolle, right? Eckhart Tolle, I feel like he's too primed in his natural feminine now, right? But what if we gave Eckhart Tolle a gym membership? Oh, snap. Eckhart, his mind is going to get sharp. He's going to become more David Goggins-esque or more, let's say, a Jocko Willink style, right? That'd be cool to see, right? But then you have Dan Pena, let's say, taking ayahuasca. Okay, that would be intense. I don't know even if we should do that. That might be a mental health problem for a lot of people, right? Well, he might start a cult or something. Not that he doesn't have one with Quantum Leap, but you guys know what I mean, right? So this is what I'm talking about, guys, right? These two polarities are too extreme, right? Just like too, whoa, dude, right? And the priest beast is somewhere in between this, right? They have this ability to just be like, hey, I understand that I'm multifaceted as a man. I have all of these masculine qualities, but I also have this deep feeling that I'm learning about and tapping into because I'm learning about my own feminine nature. I'm not choosing to block that off. You see, if you work on your own masculine polarity, you work on working out, being more physical, working on your posture, meditating, all of these different things, you're going to raise your masculine polarity, increasing your attraction. Women will be more attracted to you. Have you ever sensed this? It's like you're meditating even in another room away from a girl. She's going to sense that you're meditating and somehow knock or disturb you throughout your meditation. Can you guys sense this? It's because she craves that container of safety anyway. Has anyone else sensed this? Okay. This is the energy that I'm talking about, guys. And this is how we're going to end it today. I know we've gone on quite a few. This was a long one. Okay. Let's figure it out. Let's check it out. And yeah, if you have any other questions, let me just check. Any other questions? No questions coming through right now. Cool. Let's see. No. All right, cool. All right, guys. So I'm going to end this here. Thank you so much for watching. Okay. Thank you so much for attending this. This was an amazing lecture. A lot came out. And I think this is what we really need to focus on is creating that spark within, you know. And I would say as a man, just focus on your depth and your presence. As a woman, work on your radiance, okay? Work on your feeling, your expression, okay? Together, you can create something very beautiful. We can create peace on earth. We can create a glorious movement together where we actually serve each other and serve the planet together instead of creating these barriers for entry, right? Instead of creating these weird ideologies and falling into black pill, red pill, blue pill, and new pill. Hey, take the God pill and let me know how you feel after. Okay, let's get it. Upward spiral.